Monks, Gups, we got a sad one today. We got a sad one. Dude, XDefiant. Oh, Lord. I don't even know where to begin, bro. I don't even know where to begin. We got some bad news, man. We got some bad news. XDefiant is sunsetting, bro. Oh, my God. It's cooked. It's cooked. It's cooked. We got official confirmation that they will be sunsetting the game. Damn. So they're still gonna like drop some season 3 stuff. I don't even think we're getting season 4. Don't even think we're doing that. They're doing like a bunch of refunds for people who bought like the legendary edition and things like that. And then yeah, they say these servers will remain active and the game will be fully playable until June 3rd, 2025. Dude, that's insane, bro. So, you know, I figured we get on here and jump on, play some stuff, talk about some stuff. This probably won't be the last time we play it on here, but you know, it'll be one of the last for sure. Damn, bro. It's a tough day, bro. This is a tough one for me personally for a few reasons, right? First and foremost, I hate seeing when games got to get sunsetted. If it was up to me, every game that comes out that's solid. Every game that comes out that's solid should have its time in the sun and should live on forever in some capacity, right? In some capacity. Obviously, every game has its ebbs and flows. They'll like eventually kind of like die off, but not in this fashion, bro, and not this soon. Nowhere near this soon, right? Compared to something like a Battlefield 3 that just had its like 360 OG last gen consoles, like servers sunsetted cut off, but that was like 10-13 years after the game came out, you know what I'm saying? And it's still, you can still play it online just like on PC and like other ways. But to have a game that came out, I don't even think a year ago, maybe a year ago, and they're already like, yeah, bro, we're closing the doors, bro. What the fuck, bro? That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I've said this many times before. The finals has always been kind of like a tertiary game for me. And just to kind of like explain that a little bit, I've always had fun on it. I've always liked playing it. I've enjoyed my time on it, right? And I was actually kind of hyped for like stuff to come out for it and stuff to be added to the game because it's a good game, right? But it was never like a game that was gonna be my main grind. I would play it and grind it a little bit, but like for me personally, it was never gonna be a game that was like my number one, which some people might argue, well, that's the reason it's dying. But like for me, I think any game, you don't have to play a game every day for it to be viable or for it to be like solid, whatever. This game did what I needed it to do. I could jump on, I could play it, have a good time for a little bit,
That's what
get off, you know, and then a couple days go by or a week or so go by and I'll jump on again for a little bit. You don't need to like run every game into the ground every day for it to be solid. I think I need to turn this down. The really sad thing about this game is, yeah, we were 3 seasons in, but realistically, that's like no real time for a game that is this young. You know, it's the first entry in the franchise. It would have been the first entry in the franchise or whatever they like did, and they're only 3 seasons in, which realistically is like what, 6 months, 9 months maybe, you know what I'm saying? In a lot of ways the game is just getting their feet wet. Like imagine if like Apex closed its doors after 3 seasons, or I mean, even though a lot of people wanted it to, Battlefield 2042, like that game turned around crazy. You know, a lot of people actually vibe with that game now, and it's on like season 8 or season something like that, right? Now, obviously, I don't know what went on behind closed doors. I don't know the whole like reasoning behind them sunsetting the game. From my understanding, I don't think they were doing too bad on player count. I know they were like on the lower end, but I didn't think they were like in the danger zone. Financially, I don't know, right? I don't know. I've heard they lost a lot of money. I heard they mainly lost a lot of money, so I don't know. It could also be like a thing with the whole Ubisoft like restructuring or whatever the hell's going on with that company. Could be a little trickle down from that. They kind of just want to like cut losses and not take any chances while they're doing all this bullshit. I don't know, but I think out of everything that is happening, the one thing that I can kind of say for certain is XDefiant definitely got robbed of its life for sure. Like, I can only imagine what this game would look like with, and I've said it before in a couple other videos, like a few more factions, some more maps, maybe a few more game modes, and some like quality of life stuff, which would take a couple seasons. The game would have been even more of a banger than it already is now. Like, this game is in no way or shape or form a bad game. To me, I liked it. I had a good time all the time. Obviously there were some like things that they could have fixed or were trying to fix or could have improved on, and I'm not really going to get into like too much of that, but it's like kind of the fact that now they won't get the chance to, because in a year the game will be pretty much not playable. Look at that, that's cool. We're getting rid of that. We're getting rid of that. Oh my god, bro. Call of Duty could never. I gotta deal with fucking the reason I'm so, I guess, sympathetic towards this situation is because, like, at heart, I'm a Halo guy, right? So knowing that, and then knowing like the situation with Halo Infinite, where for like essentially 2.5 years the game was just like floundering. Like, yeah, they would add stuff and do stuff, but like nothing crazy for like a while, and like a lot of stuff that people needed or wanted from the game just didn't happen, right? And the game is still going strong, you know, and even though there's like now winding down support for it a little bit, they're still doing stuff for the game. The game is still active. The game is in no shape getting sunsetted or things like that. But even then, like, that's coming off the back of the company that ran the game for I think a decade at that point, maybe a little more, of them pretty much floundering every release that they've had so far in some capacity, right? And then the first game that XDefiant gets, it does okay. I don't even think it did terrible. It does okay. And they're like, yeah, we're pulling the plug, bro. Again, at least at the time of me yapping, I don't think we've gotten any like real details as to why the game shut down or is shutting down, but I definitely think for sure it got robbed of its potential. And this is coming from someone like, yeah, XDefiant was not my main game. It was not. I was playing Halo, I was playing Call of Duty, I was playing the finals. If things weren't going on for those games, or I didn't really want to play them, then I'd jump on the finals. Then I'd jump on XDefiant. And I'd play it for a good while. I'd play it for like a couple days or whatever, you know, and have a good time with it. Get some challenges done. My characters do gun stuff. Maybe try to go for some gun ranks or whatever. It gave me exactly what I wanted. Oh, we had the same idea. I just executed a little better than you, buddy. Oh, yes. I play a lot of different games. I do. I love a whole bunch of type of games. Shooter games, racer games, single player games, sports games, whatever. I play like a lot of stuff. But my main bread and butter has always been FPS games. So to have more FPS games to play has always been like a good thing, in my opinion. So to actually lose, or to be losing one of these, man, that just blows, bro. Because now we get back to that mode of, well, Call of Duty is just going to dominate again until somebody else tries their hand, or until Battlefield or Halo gets their shit together, or, you know, what's that game called? Delta Force, you know, comes around and hopefully is great, or whatever, you know. Like, we would have like a good sort of mix of games to play instead of everyone just kind of flocking to one or the other. And now that we're losing a pretty solid game again, now we're gonna have people kind of flocking back to the one thing that they were trying to get away from, pretty much. Probably one of the biggest blows for me right there, bro. It's just the fact that we're gonna be losing another FPS game. Kind of environment where there's not too many to like really choose from, especially one that's like kind of arena shootery based. Like, yeah, you could always go play like an Overwatch or an Apex or like a Rainbow or something like that, right? But it don't got the same feel as like an XDefiant or like even like a Call of Duty, right? Where you can kind of just like jump in, do whatever, and kind of jump into the next game right after that, right? I'm saying all this about a game that's not perfect in my eyes at all. A game that I didn't even really grind like super hard. But it was a game that like provided it was a good role player game for me, bro. Great role player game. Had it in my rotation. Sometimes it got more minutes, sometimes it got less minutes, but I could count on it to be there and provide a slot for something that was good. Yeah, man. Sad days, bro. Any FPS fans out there, even if you didn't play the final, I mean XDefiant, even if you didn't play XDefiant or you didn't even really like XDefiant, still a sad day, bro. Still a sad day to see another one of the options kind of go down, bro. And like obviously, it's not like we can't play it right now, but we just know that probably by this time next year we won't be able to play this game unless something like crazy turns around or something. Doesn't look like it, but hey, man. What are you gonna do? Sad days.